Ramos, named in a criminal complaint, appeared in federal court Wednesday afternoon. An attorney for Kaderbayev then spoke to reporters.
DS Kaderbayev absolutely denies the charges. As we've said from the very beginning, he assisted the FBI in this investigation. He is just as shocked and horrified by the violence in Boston that took place as the rest of the community is. He did not know that this individual was involved in the bombing. His first inkling came much later. The government allegations as far as that he saw a photo and recognized them immediately, we dispute, and we'll be looking forward to proving our case in court. Mr. Kaderbayev and his family are very sorry for what happened here in Boston, and he did not have anything to do with it.
The complaint says all three admitted that at UMass Dartmouth on April 18th, the night before Jahar Tsarnaev was captured, they removed Tsarnaev's backpack from his dorm room, put it in a trash bag and into a dumpster. After a two-day search of a nearby landfill, prosecutors say they found the backpack. Here's a photo. They say the backpack contained fireworks, Vaseline, and school papers.
He did not know that those items were involved in a bombing or of any interest in a bombing or any evidential value.
The complaint says the three friends also destroyed or concealed other objects, including a laptop. The two Kazakhs, seen here in a photo with Tsarnaev in Times Square, also face deportation proceedings for alleged visa violations. On April 18th, the night before Jahar Tsarnaev was captured, the complaint says the three friends saw photos of the bombing suspects on CNN. Prosecutors say one of them, Kaderbayev, was texting with Jahar Tsarnaev, telling him he looked like the suspect on TV. The complaint says Tsarnaev responded with texts like LOL, things that were interpreted as jokes like, "You better not text me," and this, quote, "Come to my room and take whatever you want." I asked attorney Robert Stahl about that last text.
There was no signal. I think it means the plain English meaning.
But there are other very curious details in this complaint, like a footnote saying that about a month before the marathon bombings, when the two Kazakh students were eating a meal with suspect Jahar Tsarnaev, that Tsarnaev explained to them that, quote, he knew how to make a bomb. But again, the attorneys for these suspects say their clients had no prior knowledge of the bombings and no knowledge afterward that Jahar Tsarnaev had been involved in the attack. Brian Todd, CNN, Boston.
A source brief on the investigation says U.S. officials are also looking for possible links between Tamerlan Tsarnaev and a Canadian boxer turned jihadist. Nick Robertson has an exclusive report from the Dagestan, where Islamic convert William Plotnikov was killed by Russian security forces.
In these lush mountains, Dagestan's rebels hide from Russian forces. Our journey here, a trip into the unknown.
We're on our way to the village where Canadian boxer William Plotnikov was killed in a gun battle with Russian forces.
15 minutes from the secure coastal highway, Utmayesh, a tiny town of 3,400 people.
We're being given special permission to go into the graveyard.
They are all moderate Muslims here and follow peaceful traditions.
Prayers being said.
Plotnikov's grave not hard to find at the cemetery's edge, a place for strangers. He was a convert to Islam.
Well, this does seem to be his grave. Plotnikov William Vitalyevich, his father's name, born 3rd of May 1989, died 14th of July 2012, last summer.
The local imam tells me we had never seen him before. We didn't know anything about the rebels he was with. His father came from Canada and asked we bury him, a Muslim. Indeed, as I talk to local officials, they all tell me the same. The rebels he'd joined lived out of town. When I ask if they'd ever seen alleged Boston bomber Tamerlan Tsarnaev, they all tell me no. The town mayor tells me, I wish I could say we are safe, but since last summer we worry. Can we take our cattle to the forests? On the edge of town, they take us to the farm where Plotnikov faced off with Russian forces.
The gate's been locked up. They've just opened the gate to let us in. This is the farm up here. Fields are overgrown. Looks like it's been deserted for a long time. There's vineyards over here, an orchard back up here. Looks like a shot-out van as well over here.
6 other rebels died in the firefight. 2 days later, Tsarnaev left the region. The farm owner survived the battle. In his police confession, he never mentions Tsarnaev.
The farm appears stuck in time from last summer. The clothes are still hanging up here, a camouflage t-shirt, camouflage hat, and in the wall, this mud and straw wall, you can see the bullet holes up here, peppering it all over.
This official tells me they are trying to prevent such situations, counseling vulnerable young men, trying to build the local economy. Italians and Israelis, he says, have just visited. Both want to invest. Amid such fertile fields and bucolic charm, easy to imagine a better life, but reality seems never far away.
It feels quiet enough here now, but we've just learned in the past 12 hours, 3 policemen, one of them a senior counter-terrorism cop, have been killed in a shootout with rebels in a town not far from here. 2 other policemen injured as well. It's typical of the battle that's going on daily here with the rebels. Mick Robertson, CNN, Utmayesh, Dagestan, Russia.
And over now to a press release just coming in. The Office of the President is informing the general public that His Excellency President Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya AJJ Jammeh, Chairman and Party Leader of the APRC, is throwing a grand party and musical jamboree to celebrate the victory of the councillors of the city of Banjul. The celebration will take place on Friday, the 3rd of May 2013 at the July 22nd Square in Banjul, stating the APRC party leader. His Excellency, the President, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh, is pleased to declare that he accepts the choice of the people of Banjul by electing Mr. Abdoulaye Ba as their mayor. Banjul being the capital and the seat of government is very important to this administration, and therefore if the new mayor is ready to work for the interests of Banjul, he is rest assured of the full cooperation and support of the APRC government. As part of the celebrations, there will also be a grand wrestling competition on Sunday, the 5th of May 2013 at 4 p.m. onwards. The general public is being urged to turn up in their numbers and enjoy the music of our young and talented Gambian musicians, in addition to famous Senegalese artists Aida Samba, Aji Uza, and Uza Jallo. India has once again been rocked by another shock rape case. This time the victim is a 4-year-old girl. She died nearly 2 weeks after being attacked. We have more in that rather sad story in this report by CNN.
A heartbreaking scene in central India. Tears and cries of grief from the family of a young rape victim. The 4-year-old girl died nearly 2 weeks after being attacked. Her tiny body was marched through the streets of her hometown before being buried. The girl had been in a coma since the April 17th attack. Doctors say she had suffered severe brain damage and was on life support. Late Monday, her condition worsened and doctors could not save her.
7:45 ko.
At around 7:45 p.m., the rape victim was declared dead after suffering a cardiac arrest. The victim's condition had been deteriorating.
Authorities say the girl had been kidnapped from her home and raped, her bleeding body left in a field. The girl's parents found her unconscious the following day. Police say a 35-year-old man has been arrested and confessed to the attack. The victim's family is now asking authorities to seek the death penalty.
We hope from the administration, the police and the court that a fast-track court will hear the case and that the accused will be given the death sentence.
Sadly, this is the latest in a string of high-profile attacks on girls and women in India. The recent rape of a 5-year-old in New Delhi triggered widespread protests in the capital. Both cases seem to have reignited concern about safety for young girls in India, where, according to UNICEF, 1 in 3 rape victims are children. Ram Gopal, CNN, Atlanta.
It's time now for the weather report, courtesy of the Central Forecast Office.
The source assures us of a continuous flow, and from there, everything follows. And for those of us who know what the River Gambia stands for, understanding its sustainability in all aspects of life is easily confirmed. The River Gambia provides nutritious delicacies as food, while it provides its wildlife a balanced ecosystem.